Hello and welcome back to Stardrive with me, the Green Dragon. So we're gonna start a new game of Stardrive, and this time we're gonna go with Large Galaxy on Hard. And we're gonna pick another race to play as, and I think we're gonna go with the Drayloks here. And let us pick a slightly different color for this let's play. So I'm gonna go with dark red, like this. So that should be fine, and we'll just head into it. I have practiced with the game some more since I did my first let's play with it as humans on normal, and I can do a pretty decent job of playing on hard. Also, I could modify the race to make it more easier, but I really don't have to in order to win, and I have no intention of doing so. Planetary gravity wells is now a stock option for the game, so we're gonna have that, and the game has gone through quite a few patches since we last played. It is now far more stable, and also we have the advantage of several alterations having been done that just make the game more fun. So without further ado, let us allow our computer to, or my computer anyway, to generate the galaxy, and let us head into it. Okay, first thing, we will immediately pause, press escape twice, because it wants to stay focused on our main ship. And okay, first thing we want to do is research the corvette hulls. This will give us fast disposable units, or allow us to design fast disposable units which we'll be able to use for a while actually to defend ourselves. And I'm gonna set my research to something pretty high, like 2.5, because we want to get a few techs out as soon as possible, and we'll be focusing on that for a while. Okay, here I want to start pre-building a couple of colonizers. And actually I'm gonna queue up a couple of troops, though mostly we'll be focusing on the colonizers at first. Of course I also want to switch these over to proper designs, and I want to set my two fighters, my scout and my basic defense fighter, off to explore the galaxy. And in the meantime I'm just gonna speed up time while we're doing that. Okay, that's 0.2 and 1.3. That is almost useless, but I suppose it will do as an industrial planet. Speaking of, I'll set this to export. Pause. Want to set my... Okay, actually cancel that. I want to make sure that my shittier colonizer, the unmodified one, with the wrong kind of engines, is sent to this one. I'll want to save the faster ones for colonies which might end up being contested with others. And oh hello, 1.4, 1.7, that will do. For those of you who are just joining, well, who haven't done anything with Stardrive first, the way planets work is that you have population units, and normally one population unit takes 1 unit of food. 1.4 means that one population unit working on food will actually make 1.4 units of food. So you always need to have some of your population working on food, or you need to import food in order for a planet to function properly and to build up a certain amount of population. Oh, and look, another planet, this one even better. Now, there is nothing amazing here, to be sure, but there is enough to give us a start. And in the meantime we are rapidly building our way towards some basic sort of defensive capability, which is also pretty damn good. We'll want to colonize that and that. Yes, this does give us a basic set of defensive. I mean, it does give us a basic set of planets and a sort of defensive ring around our core there. Next we want industrial foundations because our planets would normally, it takes a while for the population to build up, and until it does, the planets don't really produce anything. Industrial foundations gives us rover base, which gives us flat +1 production, which is pretty damn valuable for getting those planets off the ground. As for troops, well, if you have few troops, you can, it gives you a basic defense against attacks in the beginning. Next thing we want to do is actually design a ship for basic self-defense, for reactors like that. Let's actually, no, we don't want to build it like that. Like this? Yeah, I think like this. Okay. Command. Actually, let's leave that be for a bit. Let's put in the engines, two warp engines there, and small combat thrusters like that. And yeah, we'll need 2 extra reactors. Here, I think is... No, let's... like this, I think. Yeah, this'll be best. So, small ordnance storage there. Okay. So yeah, the plan here is to build a very fast, light attack ship that can, in a swarm, shred enemies. That's what it'll do, it'll shred stuff. It will not be very strong, it will not be very beefy, but it will be able to deal out a lot of damage because these Vulcan guns, they're very powerful. And they're pretty cheap, they don't take a lot of ammunition or power, but they're very short range, and yeah. So you need a maneuverable ship. You need to get in close. And the Drayloks in particular have hulls that are good at the fast stuff. So really, Drayloks, for basic defense with Drayloks, you can build a ship like this, a basic corvette that just moves in and shreds the enemy, and that works out pretty well. And yeah, I don't really have armor yet in any case. So, okay, our main world is continuing to focus on research and on various civilian stuff, which is fine. Actually, I'm gonna bump the production up a smidge to say about 5. That will help a little bit. There we go. You want to be industrial. Very nice. And if we run into any other decent colonizable planets, we'll grab those as well. Oh look, that's a swamp world. We'll probably want that one. In any case, a few troops and cheap well, not so much cheap, but disposable fast ships like this, it sort of gives us enough basic defensive capability to withstand if we get involved in a early war. And getting involved in an early war is a very real possibility. Oh, hello, duckling, that will do. Look at this, 1.5 and 3.4. And population of 1.5, which is not too much, but we'll be able to grab a building with aeroponics that gives us flat +1 to food production, which means that almost all of the population will be able to work on production. And I'm gonna bump up the colonizer for that because I want to make damn sure that I'm the one that actually gets that. Also, oh, rover base. Yeah, build that next, and after that I want to start building some of these corvettes. About 8 will do for the very beginning, but we'll soon want more than that. And I'm gonna move these 4 units somewhere in between so that they can, if we see an enemy fleet incoming at any point, we can just move our troops in and land them on our planet before the enemy can, thus, well, protecting it. you know, giving it enough defense to withstand the land invasion. We will not be able to challenge them in space, but not for a good while. We'll need a lot more technology, a lot more production power, and here we go, we have our first competitors. So let us get a non-aggression treaty, since the Poles are pretty friendly, and a trade treaty, and hopefully we can avoid them attacking us. They also only have one world and they're up there, so we might be good there for a while. Okay, how good is this? Let me guess, they want it for themselves. They only have the one world though. They have quite a few troops there, but well, not that many, but still. They have few. Oh, this system looks nice. 2 Terran planets, or 2 blue-green worlds anyway. We'll probably want to pick those up. I think... yeah, let's not risk a conflict just yet. I don't want to piss them off by grabbing a world they want for themselves. I mean, I could, but I don't want that kind of trouble just yet, and in fact I'd rather focus, build me that afterwards and that should be good. And in fact at this point I'm gonna bump up my production even further, because we'll need the ships. And yeah, you can see that most of the food that we had stored up here has been exported. So we're gonna build an aeroponics lab, and we're gonna let that full extra food production go into storage for, well, export. Okay. Now about 16 or 24 of these will do a decent job of conquering a planet with the remnant. The remnant being these green assholes that guard the planets here. Yeah, if they have one of these big ships, 24 is a pretty good bet, and we might need a whole 32. It just makes sense because of how the fleets are formed to build them in groups of 8. But we'll get to that in a bit. See, it's one line of 8. Well, each line is 8 ships, so it just makes sense to arrange it like that. And look, the polyps are expanding. And I think I have run out of scout vessels, although that is not actually a bad thing just yet. Okay, there's a lot of planets here that are barren, which means that there are no actual building spots on them. I mean, I can build a basic settlement, but I can't build any buildings, including... well, I can build any buildings, and that includes spaceports also. At the same time, they can't have very much population, so they're pretty useless to me right now until I have biospheres and some other technology, really, as well. So, I mean, I could, but it's not much point. Okay, our budget. Now, the way this works is that if you set your tax rate to say 25%, then it takes 25% off of your research and production. So you can see my production and research go down on my homeworld there as I bring up the taxes, but actually I'm gonna keep running it at 25, since my treasury can take that kind of pressure for a while. Lots of freighters moving around, that is certainly nice. Okay, that has moved up to 0.3, and we have managed to build rower base halfway, which is, I suppose, nice. There's a crash site there. We could send troops to investigate those, but I'd rather not. Sometimes those spawn enemy troops, and I don't want my little army, tiny and vulnerable though it may be, to... I mean, I need that army for emergencies. If the Popes decide that it's time for me to die, I'm gonna need that army. And yeah, we have hyperspace flux, which means that warp speed is offline. Yeah, one more ship and then we shall have our 3 lines. Okay, let's go into the fleet management. I want to make sure that my fleets have the formation I want. So, like this. Actually, we'll expand it outwards like this. And then we will do it like so. Requisition, assign. And we will build... Well, we will plan for a couple more there, and then we'll set them to prefer bigger targets and have a larger operational radius so that they swarm the bigger targets. And we'll head over to this place and start working on actually claiming those worlds. And oh my god, look at that. It's time to balance my budget, and I don't think I can afford extra ships just yet. I'm kind of screwed on that. Scientific foundations will give us research labs, which give a flat +1 per turn research bonus, and since we're making less than 1 per turn right now, you can imagine how powerful that is gonna be, because every one of the plans we have currently claimed is gonna start giving us something. And I'm actually gonna start claiming all the worlds around here just to make sure nobody colonizes into territory, this little patch of space we consider ours, and makes things weird for us. And that'll... yeah, I'm just gonna backfill everything here right now. And yeah, and that little bit of extra production and population, it certainly won't hurt us. So yeah, right now we're actually getting a pretty decent start. We've managed to start establishing ourselves without entering into a huge war straight away. And look, there's one of the big ones there. Well, I suppose we might as well head in. Holy crap, there's 2 groups. Shit. Well, we're fucked. Observe the badassery that are the space battles. Observe. Yeah, let's just watch the component view, and god, that is so loud for me. You can see the components getting damaged as my little piranhas are working at blowing it to kingdom come. Come on, take it down. Kill it. Boom! Next one, kill it. Yeah, really, these are really advanced ships with nice energy weapons and shielding and stuff. But these disposable little ships are just ripping them to shreds. You can see how goddamn effective these designs are. Whoa. Lag spikes from hell. Okay, we can now research their technology because, well, we've killed enough of their ships to make that possible. Please finish it off. Yeah, that's not gonna happen. We got ourselves owned there. Okay. Good news though, we can lower our taxation because of that. Bad news is... yeah, this is a glitch with the fleets. If your ships get captured, they sort of vanish from here. Think that will be right. 32 ships, right. Okay, here we go. Yeah, it will take a while to actually capture that system because of how fucked that is, unfortunately. Gonna max out the production here, and we're still making tiny bit of research elsewhere, but right now we need to expand and, well, rebuild our fleets for that matter. Gonna start getting a lot of colonization very shortly. Gonna set most of these to industrial because that's what they'll be good for eventually. And yeah, I'd rather have shitty colonies that bring in at least something than, you know, nothing at all. And I'd rather have those claimed. Okay, spies are stealing technology from us. This'll be good for a tiny amount of research, I suppose. Pretty useless a planet. Okay, we're starting to build a new fleet though, and oh, 2 and 4.2, that is better than our homeworld, even if it is slightly smaller. That is, yeah, those are our ships that they captured. They're bastards. But anyway, yeah, this just can't last. Our economy can't take this kind of production rate. Need to do some taxation there. Yeah, ice planets are a little less bad than barren. They don't produce any food, but at least they have building slots, so that's something. Okay, how are you doing? You have built a few things. Why are you producing food? That's bullshit. There's no point in you producing food because you can't produce food. Well, I'm gonna let the AI fuck it up because I can't be asked to manage it myself. I mean, I could, but I generally only manage my homeworld. And even that's because I need a nice shipyard I have direct control over in the beginning. Short of that, I let the AI handle it. What I'm doing here is hurrying production, and that's what's taking most of our money actually, and I shouldn't do it that much. See, you can store your production up here, and whatever production overflows is stored here, and then you can apply it to whatever project you wish instantaneously by spending an amount of money equal to the production points you want to sink into it. And the AI does this automatically with the production it imports to your planets, just to help advance them a little faster. And yeah, we're gonna have problems with taxation. We're gonna have to set it pretty high in order to balance this, unfortunately. But there's not much I can do about it. I need those ships in order to establish myself. Guilds has to be ours. That one world right there, that can be a game changer, right? All on its own, really. I'm gonna try and keep it more or less balanced because, well, need to build these as fast as possible while at the same time, well, I need to keep my budget above 0. Ah, shit. I forgot. I should have built social logistics because that allows us to make money directly off of population without sacrificing production like this. That would actually be pretty useful. I'm gonna sink some of this into research. Okay, we have nearly 3 lines of ships ready. I'm gonna just let the last 4 build as a reinforcement. I mean, last line builds a reinforcement thing, and I'm gonna send these in there. Hopefully that big ship of theirs hasn't regenerated too far and will be able to finish it off relatively easily. Hopefully. I really don't know how it'll turn out, but one can hope. Yeah, just get over there, we'll clean that out and take it for ourselves. And I know I haven't done a lot of exploration, and that's because I don't want to... Shit, we're out of cash. That is bad, incidentally. That can lead to a lot of trouble. Anyway, yeah, I don't want to discover any actual other races just yet, because they can declare war on us if they don't know where we are. And once we know of a race and once they know us, we also end up knowing where their planets and their systems are, and that is decidedly ungood for us. Okay, big guy. Shields are up, but his armor and some of his components on the sides there are still shredded, so we might not be too badly fucked here. Okay, they're spawning assault shuttles. They will try to fuck with me. Yes, shred it. I'm gonna start sending in... Oh, fuck no! This is most certainly not yours. You claimed it, right. This one I can't afford to let them have this, and even if I could, fuck no. I'd rather go to war than give up this one. I can take the polyps if I have to. It might look like I'm really in a bad way as far as going to war is concerned, but trust me, I can take them if I have to. I'd rather not, but I'd rather they were pissed off at me than that they had this planet. Them having this planet would be more dangerous. Oh, and military outposts are actually useful because they'll... Yeah, this will fuck our taxation. Can't... I have to keep sinking into production. Yeah. But anyway, I'd rather they were pissed off at me than that they had that planet. It would actually be more dangerous to let them have it. That's how awesome these two are. Okay, you are pretty damaged. I don't think you even have a warp drive left. Yeah. So, our fleets are pretty screwed, but we're gonna have them orbit that planet once that gets colonized, and hello, the Ralye have discovered us. That will be... Well, it will not be horrible, but they can be douchebags. Okay, so what I want to know is where they are producing the colony ships. That's Drell 3. Okay, there's one here. There, finish it. Just get some boots on the ground so that they can claim it for themselves right now. Okay, and that's a threat. They think we're weak and vulnerable. And they're ruthless industrialists. It's time to start building some more ground troops. We might need them very shortly. Just saying, we might need them very, very shortly. They only... Okay, the Kolrathi. Let's negotiate a non-aggression and trade treaty pact. This will actually boost our economy as well. Trade treaty start at -3 and gradually go up above that. Okay, the Draylok colonizer is heading over there, that is good. Yeah, I think we're gonna fuck the Ralye. Yeah, we're gonna build up troops and launch a sneak attack on their homeworld. That's what we're gonna do, we're gonna take them out preemptively. And their homeworld will actually be larger than ours, and an extra well-developed, fully populated world like that will add a lot to our power and will strongly reinforce our position here in the beginning of the game. Okay, those ships have done a decent job of repairing themselves. Stai 4, where is Stai 4? Hello, Stai 4, you are here. This is the world in question. Okay, that aeroponics bay will really help. That is good. Get that pretty soon as well. That is also good. I'm gonna build it up till we're at a even 1 per turn. That will be fine. That will really help, I feel. Okay, Imperial offices for more tax credits. I'm actually gonna bring it... No, bring it up to the top. I want this as soon as possible. Get fucked. Call that last system. Yeah, and you also call the previous one. You don't get to have this one as well. I'm sorry, but no. Mine. Can't have it. Okay, that gives a bit more cash. I'm gonna... That plus the trade treaty, all in all, pretty good. I'm gonna bring that down. That should be fine. Stei 4 is just about finished with my crescent. And let us request the rest of these ships so that we are at full strength for the first time in like ever. Suppose this is best used as a core world. There we go. Okay. Once these fleets are full, we'll take Ezelbub, and after that we will start going after the Rallia. Though, in all honesty, if we go full douchebag on this... But no, I won't just park my ships in... Oh, hello. Oh, shit. That crap again. They have colonized the second world, so we'll not be able to end the war in a single stroke of douchebaggery. Still, a sneak attack on their homeworld will go a long ways. Quite simply because they are mostly relying on their homeworld and most of their... Wait. Are you at war with someone? Who are you at war with? What are those? I think those are polyps? Okay. Let's contact them. Let's discuss another empire. Rallia. What is your opinion? Oh, they scare us. Interesting. So there's some nastiness going on there. Still, we can live with that. Okay, I think I want to move my stuff into position then. I'm gonna start moving my troops up, and yeah, if I can launch a sneak attack on them successfully while they're busy with the polyps no less. That, I think, has plenty of value in it and will go a long ways towards actually establishing ourselves as a dominant power in this particular galaxy. Want to build even more troops after that. We're gonna need them. Yep, move up. Okay, gonna pause it here and I'll be back in a second. I'm gonna split the video here.